Now that we have the software downloaded, let's talk a little bit about geometric planes and designing in a 3D software. When you first log into Autodesk Fusion 360, we're going to start by looking at the workspace. And we're going to talk a little bit about geometric planes and designing in a 3D space. First, if your view cube is not over here in the right-hand corner, I want you to go up to View and make sure that is showing. So you're going to say Show View Cube. And we're also in this lesson going to talk about this toolbar. So we want to go to View, Show Toolbar if it's not shown. Okay? First, let's talk about the geometric plane. So we're going to start with a 2D object, and we're going to create a 3D object. In order to do that, you have to know what plane you're on. Similar to when you're in geometry class back in high school, where we have the X, Y, and Z planes. We need to always be aware of where we are. We're on the top plane. If you hit this top button here, you'll see it goes to the back plane. So that's the back of the object. Think of a 3D object. We hit this button again, it goes to the bottom. We hit it again, it goes back to the front. Then if we hit the sides, we have right, back, and left, just like a cube. If you ever want to rotate, you can rotate this way using the arrows. And if you ever want to go back to the home where we started, you hit the home button. This is just showing you almost an aerial view, so you're not on any plane, okay? So let's start with talking about, let's demonstrate that with an object. Okay, so now I have a rectangle on my plane, and I'm in the home view. So this is an aerial view of the rectangle. And you'll see as I scroll over it, the rectangle sides or the planes will highlight. If I wanted to see the top plane, I would click here. The right plane, bottom, left, back to the top. Let's rotate it back around by using that arrow. If we wanted to look at the right, the bottom again, the left, and let's say we want to go back home. Here we go. So that's how you navigate within the 3D space. The other thing you need to know is, for example, you just saw me zoom in and zoom out. I'm using a 3-wheel mouse, a mouse with a wheel, and I'm able to zoom in and out. Another way that you can do that is you can use the zoom function down here. This isn't here. You're going to go to View, and you're going to go to Navigation. That's your navigation. So if your navigation isn't there, you can use that. So you can zoom in and zoom out. You can use this hand to move around. We've got to be on one of the planes. Let me just try that again. Use the hand to move the screen around. You can use the zoom to zoom in and out. We can use the orbit, and this will rotate the object. So if you don't want to use the view cube to kind of see all the sides, you can use this orbit button. It was this button right here that I used. We'll be using that a lot. So that is the basics of how to navigate within a 3D space. Okay, let's move on to the next lesson.